Oh yeah, Moto Slug Live. I don't even know what time it is in the morning. We rode all day yesterday, but we got the bikes up. We got the bikes up and loaded on 300 XCW with the busted up plastics. Bentley's on that Beta 200 with the busted up plastics. We're roughing it today. Let's see, we got a little bit of gas in the bikes. We're gonna go give our best shots out here at Rueter, Missouri. See if we can't podium, but ultimately just have a good time. Want to pray for safety. Lord, watch over us as we get out here and ride these bikes through the woods. Pray for the world and the potential wars going on and stuff, Lord. This is not over you, Lord. You are more important, but we're gonna go test our luck out here. Go see how much fun we can have. Praise your name, Lord. Amen. Yeah. Good luck, my homie. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Can you scoot up? Thank you, Lord. Watch over these riders for safety. Steady. Let's go, baby. Yay! Thank you, Lord. Hold me swimming with the fish. A born again Christian. All right, so you know, not too bad of a start there this time. Much better than Loretta Lynn's. If you seen that video, yeah, much better than Loretta Lynn's ranch takeoff. Oh my goodness, that was bad back there. So the Lord blessed us this weekend. We did much better on our start. We did not get the whole shot. I think we were fourth into the woods, it looks like. Forgot the name of the kid in front of me right here, but I think he took fourth place on the first lap. I think I finished fifth place on the first lap. So he held nice timing. I think Ty is even in front of him up there. And this part was probably my favorite of the track. Watch this. Look at this gnarly rocky descent right there. That was really cool. Like all those boulders, like they found a way through that. The track builders, the Hillbilly Grand Prix, every one of these fellas did so good on this track. I clipped that and almost wrecked and got off path. Rookie move. Dang it, I lost another position. But that's okay. It happens. And the way I was perceiving it is like, don't tell me none of these other people are not gonna mess up the whole race. Like, we're still trying to be fast riders. We're not all the fastest riders yet. Like, there's a chance that someone might slip up and I can get around them, because it was so dry. And I'm talking just so dry. Definitely the driest condition I've rode in 2026 so far. Was here yesterday. I'm editing the day after. I was pretty tired yesterday after the race and everything, so we're gonna edit it this morning, see if we can get this thing exporting out as soon as possible to get it out to you guys. But this is a good race so far. Like, see, I mean, they took a hotline right there. We're actually moving pretty good through here. Like, this is it right here. I really like this, being so close to everybody. It kind of pushed me to go a little faster and everything, and thankfully I didn't get tired. I really did not get tired. The KTM suspension just really puts in the work for you. The geometry and everything. I was running on tubes, so I really want to know if some like bibs, some lower pressure bibs would have done better for me. Then my tire would have had a bigger footprint. But I don't know. It literally cost me, I think it was like 500 and something bucks, maybe 600 bucks to get brand new Moose bibs and the Dunlops I like. I mean, it's literally like a $500 or $600 upgrade and stuff. So I'm gonna have to break down and do it eventually because it's my preference. But yeah, I don't know. I was just scared I was gonna get some pinch flats, but we didn't get any pinch flats. I did take it easy on the rocks when I knew I was about to jam into them. Like in other races, I will literally just ram into the rock as hard as like you could ever imagine. This part was really cool. It was like kind of off camber and rocky. Yeah. So it was just a couple years ago. I had cut single track at my house, just a pair of loppers. Every day after work, I'd go out and cut a little bit more of the trail, clear it out, ride it a couple times, go home, hang out with the kiddos. But this track reminded me of my single track that I had cut, like especially that edge back there, because it was just on the edge of this nice, pretty steep hill. The rocks were very similar to where I would live and everything like that. And I was actually really surprised at how well the boys in front of me were pushing through this stuff, because it is tight, it's kind of off camber, so they were doing just a really good job. And I was trying pretty hard. I mean, I don't know if I was in full 100% mode, but I was trying pretty hard. Just didn't want to make a mistake, but was pushing still, you know. My thought at this point in time in particular was, hey, gosh dang, do I need to get further up in the group, you know. I was not as far up as I wanted to be. I mean, who doesn't want a whole shot? Okay, this part was cool. Look at this little split right here. They take the left. I took this right on practice. Bam, we gained 2 positions back. And then I got out of the rut. My bike went into neutral. And like kind of like I just kind of came off the trail, and I was like, no way. His bike might even just died right there. As a matter of fact, it looked like he was looking down at his starter to try and get it fired up again. Okay, Ty passed me. Ty's in front. Other homie just got off the trail. Don't know if his bike died. Don't know what happened. He might have just got off track because it's freaking loose as crap. But this was cool right here. Ty has been like that guy that's been like he was in the C class the first couple races that I had raced in the trail rider class, and I always seen Ty on the beta, and so he's like an iconic figure for me. Like it feels like so. Like, I don't know how to say it, but dang, look at that. He straight power slid back and then forth and then saved it really nicely. It was actually style. I don't care what you say. That was straight style. But being right behind Ty was just awesome. I wanted to keep his speed and his pace and everything, because he's a good C-class rider. So if I could keep his speed and pace, then I was doing good. But at the same time, I wasn't trying to settle either. So see, I'm like trying to get up and around. It's hard to find a place. Yes, thank you, Lord. We were able to find a place, but then I kind of slip up right there, and I was kind of sketchy. He was gonna catch me because it was loose. But sorry, I'm kind of like stuffed up a little this morning. It got really cold after the race, and we came home. I mean, it was cold when it actually started raining even too. And so that my hands being cold from the rain, and then like the wind and the temperatures, it was just it was crazy actually. My hands were like little ice cubes. Got a little accidents going on right there, or something, maybe follow cams. I'm not sure what they was doing, but they didn't look like they were hurt. But anyway, I was just saying that, yeah, like being up there with Ty was pretty cool. And the fact I was able to find a place to pass him was awesome. And Ty, if you watch this, you might giggle, because I meant to go off the track just a little tiny bit to try and find a hotline, but I low-key was trying to get back onto the track and felt like I missed my turn, and then just kept going straight because I seen me hook back into the trail. And so I aimed and I fired real quick, and I was able to get around you, but it wasn't even fully intentional. Like, I almost smoked that tree. Oh, and then my bike died, I think. I don't know what's up with these KTMs, like, dying like that. Like, and then I squeezed through those trees and almost eat it, man. Did you see those trees, man? But I know the folks are behind me, though. When I look back, I don't recall seeing them right there, so that's why I said, I'm kind of like, nice, trying to evaluate real quick. But seeing right here was confusing, because like to my left side over there, people were coming down that, like in the practice lap. They were like coming towards me, and so I didn't know. Though those trees were tight, but anyway, so I didn't know, like, was there a hard line, like, that would have been faster than going around this long way, or was there only one single loop? Like, any trail builders, anyone in the AM classes? I was in the morning race. This is C class. Let me know if there was like a split somewhere, cause, and then see, I took the left on the practice up there, hopped up onto the rock and kept going. Man, during the actual race, the first 2 laps, I kept taking this other weird route that I just did right there. But in the 3rd lap, dude, I finally hit my mark and did the lap, or did the line that I wanted, and it felt really, really nice. But I don't know. I don't think the times were too far off. I just like hopping onto logs and rocks and whatnot. See, them trees are pretty tight though, tight. Oh, I knocked my bars, kind of knocked me off path a little bit, but you can see it was a tight track. I mean, it was a little bit hard for me to be able to push myself hard here, because like I just felt like every other corner I had the chance that I was probably gonna whack a tree, or like if I didn't slow down fast enough, I'm gonna just wrap myself around a tree or something. And then just how loose it was, like if you slightly came off the trail, those loose rocks on the edge were gonna eat your lunch. Now this part right here, Bentley, you know, Keenan, Tile, any of y'all that see my place, this part right here, this straight right here, look off to the right. Like, what does that remind you of? This terrain right here, the rocks we're running on, the dead grass around us, the cedar trees. It literally, I got a trail just like this at the house. One was from generations past, and then I cut one myself that was so similar. Little, I don't know if that's called shelf rock or not, but you see how it's kind of square edged, and I hopped up onto it a little bit right there. There's a lot of that rock. I really like that stuff. Like, that's how you know you're down in the Branson, you know, I don't know, Ozark, Arkansas mountains. We're gonna call them mountains because that's what we have out here. I mean, just steep hills, but I love that stuff. The rocks make it a little bit more challenging, and the crazy elevations, well, they're not crazy actually. I don't want to make it sound like more than it is. I'm sure, well, I know there's other places with steeper stuff, but it's good stuff. It's really, really good riding. I'd way rather live here than Kansas. Sorry, Kansas subscribers, but I'd be like learning how to do some flat track or motocross if I lived where you did. I don't think I'd ride a dirt bike as much as if I didn't have hills and rocks to play with. Trees, man, I don't know about the trees, but the hills and the rocks, I like those. Those trees always be getting in my way. But this little drop off right here, looping down to across the creek. Man, this is a thought. I don't think we ride through a creek once at this one. That's crazy. And the craziest part about that is, like, every single race we went to, I feel like a creek is always like captured. You know, you always be up in a creek. This was kind of tight right here. I don't want to get off subject, but look at that nice little that square edge right there. I was really sketch. I was gonna pop a tube. I definitely felt like I was holding some folks up right there, because I could hear the 2-stroke engine behind me, and I knew that I was going dog freaking slow. But actually I was going moto slug slow, literally that time. But we're trying to get going a little faster. But I mean, see, as soon as I started going a little bit faster, I had to lock up the rear brake, slide the back tire, dip that front wheel in as tight as I could to make my corner. I still didn't know the track every cool rock formation right there. Okay, here we go. Try to get around, homie. Dang it. Got loose. Didn't lose it, but got loose. Oh, man. There goes Austin. Now, Austin, I think that was you anyway. You can confirm in the comments. But, so, oh, there's a nice little log. But, yeah, dude, so I was about, at the end of the race, I finished 1 minute behind you, and you finished in 3rd place. So, that's kind of a teaser for the whole video. I got 4th place at this race, and to be honest, I couldn't be more happier with that position, because honestly, I mean, I know that David Fisher and Tile is way quicker than me still yet. I'm still trying to get there. Those boys are on another level for sure. So, so, like, I kind of anticipated that be the outcome, but racing is crazy and racing is unexpected. Sometimes one little slip up or you get caught up and you burn up so much time and energy, you know, anything can happen. So always got to keep an open mind. But anyway, so I anticipated they would get first and second. Austin has beat me in most races, like 90% of them. And then there was one weekend that I was doing real good, and I was able to get first, and I think he pulled second, but that was on a MotoGP style format or whatever on a Saturday race. And I was on a little electric Sur-on Ultra B, which I still love. I would literally ride that thing everywhere, but on these longer hour and 20-minute motos or longer right here, like this real race, these are Sunday races, just standard race hair scramble format, the battery just wouldn't make it. And I literally went this whole time without stopping, and I was still 1 full minute behind Austin to get up into that podium position. So, you know, after he passed me, I don't think I ever seen him again. I don't think I did. But, oh, see, I got off track a little bit, but it was stupid because my bike died again. Like, I don't know what was up with that, and I was actually about to mention it earlier and got sidetracked, but so I don't know what makes the bike die. Like, clutch plates sticking maybe, because I mean, I had my clutch pulled in enough that it shouldn't have died. I like that little rock hop right there, but yeah, little hot line right there. I don't know how hot it was because you had to kind of slide down the hill to get back onto the track, so I don't know if it was much faster. But anyway, I was constantly looking for little lines and opportunities at this place. I think I find one right. Nope, not right here. But anyway, like, just look at all the elevation, like up and downs this place had, and then log hops. You can tell we had our share of rocks too. Tight trees. Slide down. Okay, that's as much cross creek riding we got right there, crossing it. But that's okay. Like, the creek wasn't even, or maybe it is the cool part, but the creek wasn't even the cool part. Like, at this venue's level, the hills and the rock formations and just everything that it had to offer up in the hills was just too good to pass up. And then this crazy, well, like, that was just such a fast uphill hill, and then this rock berm just straight. Oh crap, I'm like hanging off the back of the bike. I throw my feet back on the pegs right there. I'm just lighting that rear wheel up with the 300. It wasn't clean, but man, we didn't get stuck. So, I mean, at the end of the day, not getting stuck, I'll take it, because getting stuck really burns time and energy. So, sloppy or clean as it gets, I was just thankful to be like on the bike and still moving, going up. Didn't drop it. I don't think I dropped. Oh, I did drop the bike one time, unfortunately, in this race. Didn't lose me too much time, but I was in front of a dude and I could hear him too. You know, he was on a 4-stroke, so I could hear him. And I was trying to gain some time, but I washed the front end out on just the loose rock that was right in front of the entrance to the little rock formation. It was crazy. It made no sense, but there I go. And man, so I see some dust. Oh, there's a bike. I see dust. I see a bike. I'm like, right on. Okay, I'm catching up. I don't know. Maybe they slipped up. Something's going on, but I see the op in front of me, so kind of gives me that motivation to, well, go a little faster, ride a little harder, but still gotta be careful, because that part was getting really deep, and I don't want to call it rutted out, but anyway, here's a nice, I don't know, I just love this whole track. This was kind of off camera, and then you drop down and you shoot back up right here right after the G out. G, and then go up. Just hammering, dude. As soon as you finish your G, just crank that throttle, dude. And we was going up. Alright, check this out. This was steep. Whee! Yeah, you can't even tell on video. But But if you can gain a little respect off it, I mean, it was awesome. I actually was astonished that, like, think about it, the kids on the 85s are like doing it. And yeah, the kids, the youth C class, C junior, or whatever they're called, all these kids just amaze me. Like, I rode some dirt bikes growing up and stuff. I rode a couple four-wheelers, but nothing to this extent or level. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird to say. Like, I don't feel like I was a bad rider, but I didn't like the idea of competitive racing because I was a very, like, I don't know. I was basically more shy and kind of just like, I don't know. Like, I didn't want to talk no trash. I didn't want no one to talk no trash to me. Like, I wasn't much of a competitive racer and stuff. And so competitive racing just didn't seem like it was for me. Like, I want to go have fun, and I just want to go ride and do my own thing and just progress and just explore. Like, I was more of like, I like to explore, and that was more of my personality. I didn't want to like have to go line up against a bunch of other kids and see who gets the bragging rights for the week. Like, that wasn't for me. So competitive racing didn't ever become a thing in my life until Tile had finally convinced me to just come try one, to get in the trail rider class and just to come try one. And I don't know, maybe that was like last year. I don't know. It's kind of weird because there's a winter series here at the Hillbilly Grand Prix, but he convinced me to come out and try one, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I have been riding the same track at my house for a long time. I would love to see some new land and stuff. So we finally pull up one day, and I don't know if I actually placed that day or not. I think I ended up getting third place that day, matter of fact. Right there, I just caught a little hotline because I seen the guy in front do it. But look how close we are. We're way close, dude. We've see how excited I just got. Anyway, we cut that gap down pretty good. They ain't far in front of me, so we're just gonna keep on pushing. But anyway, yeah, my first race turned out good. Pretty good confidence booster. And so I wanted to go to another one, and I kept coming out. Not every weekend. Some weekends I work and just am not available to come out. Other weekends I would much rather spend with my family at home, and and so that's what I would do. And again, as not being much of a competitive racer, other weekends I would just be going out to ride on my own time, getting more practice in. Maybe I'm cutting more trails, but again, it's just competitive racing is really fun, but it's never fully been my thing until this season. This season, my goal was to do a full season in the trail rider class to, just, I don't know, well, because I actually wanted to compete for the end of year awards and see how I could stack up, because the past races, not this series, but the past races, like, the trail rider class was just packed full of these fast riders. Okay, pause. Look at these rocks. How plum cool. Like, the fact that you trail builders was able to incorporate that. Whee! Nice little pass there. I think he pulled over for me because when you slip up and there's someone behind you, sometimes you feel obligated to just get out of the way and let the guy behind you go. Not always. I've kind of learned more about competitive racing. Seems to be my word of the day right now. I've learned more about competitive racing, and I don't know, you can't just let everybody pass because they're behind you. Like, we're all racing for the same podium top 3 finish. That's what we want, pretty much, anyway. And so you can't just stop because you mess up a little tiny bit. I mean, if you stop, keep going. And that little kid, I think he was C junior, maybe. I think that's a C sportsman. I don't know how in the world he got behind me, or I don't remember where in the world I passed him. But excuse me, I'm straight up so stuffy from yesterday. But anyway, I let him go by because, actually, I'm so contradicting. I originally was just letting the 65 or 85 little two-stroke go through, and you see, okay, here's the difference. I know he's not in my class. I could tell I could tell that it was a small bore 2-stroke like that. So I knew he wasn't in my class, and if he's not in my class, then he might as well go by. Because like, he's in a race of his own, and why should I slow down his? Dude, I was so scared to jump that right there. I literally leaped over a log and then landed on top of a different log. But why should I slow down his lead? You know, he is literally leading his class. Like, I'd be so upset if I couldn't get around someone and like my opponents were gaining time behind me. So there's times when you let people pass. I'm not saying I'm not saying don't pull over for people, but like just one little mistake, if it's in your own class, you're pretty sure like maybe you shouldn't pull over if you think you can hold a good pace. I don't want to slow you down either by coming in front of you here. So anyway, enough of that. Here, let me say this again. Competitive racing. Competitive racing. Where did I leave off? Okay, so the trail rider class. That's what I had joined the Hillbilly Grand Prix for this year. I had done just a couple last year and never even won first place. Never. I'd never won first place. I had podiumed a couple times, but you know, with the competition being hard, I thought trail rider would be the appropriate place to start. I bought my membership. I was in it for the year-long points. I was going to commit myself to every Sunday, which for me, you may know anyway. Look how steep this is. Whee! Yeah, as you know, like Sunday is a big deal to me. I mean, I've really, really, really been trying to stay in the church and just go and invest my time there and bring the family in and do my best to, just, I don't know, listen to the Lord and be there for the calling for sure. But anyway, so I was gonna invest myself in the series, and let's see, I got a first place. I don't know if I got 2 first place. I kind of forgot. I think I got first place 2 different times maybe. And then the series reached out and said that I should move up to the C class or the C sportsman class because I was just doing really good. I was fast. I earned my spot on the front row. So that kind of like threw my mind for a loop. Like, whoa, like for real, like these are my first times ever winning. So to immediately have to move up to a new class when I had battled these other kids in the trail rider class last year and never could beat them, and they didn't have to move up in the middle of the season and stuff. I don't know. I was just very surprised, and I mean, it was a nice surprise though. At the beginning, you're like, kind of, dang it. Okay, look at all these spectators. This was so cool. I wanted to go as fast as I could, but I didn't want to hit no one. I didn't want to mess up. And that was really cool though. But anyway, so I was in it for the points at the beginning, and then when I had to change classes, it was kind of a little bit of a bummer because I felt like I still had some competition in the trail rider class too. Like I got my buddy Bentley in the trail rider class and stuff like that, so it was really fun to start on the same line as him, start up there with them and stuff, just because we always ride and talk back at the house and stuff. So, but anyway, yeah, so whenever I got moved up to a different class, and I had the choice too, but I figured C class made more sense because like when I stacked my times up against the C sports, like, I mean, it was trash, I had a long way to go. So I definitely wanted to go with I'm going to call it easier because C is easier than C sport. But, even these C sport guys, I mean, oh my goodness. Like we had a different fella, which was Austin, that was in the trail rider, and he wanted to move up to C class himself and everything like that for more competition. But I didn't feel like I had much of a chance against him either. He was quick, in our lap times on the trail rider class together. And that might have been how it worked too. I might have got first on one and second on a different one because Austin had gotten first. And I think that's actually how it worked. But, so see, I mean, I had competition, but I think we ended up getting ourselves all sorted out this year. I definitely stopped caring about the points in the season chase whenever I got moved up because these boys are quick and I've got a lot of work to do. I've definitely got to dig way deeper than before because, well, as you see, I've been trying to push the pace a little harder just this whole season, and all these videos, the KTM, the Suron, See, I was on a beta last year, and so the KTM videos, if you see them, and then the Suron videos, that's been me this year, and we've just been trying to pick up the pace as hard as we can because these guys are so fast. But having the freaking family and kids at home, and then not being the craziest competitive racer, like, it's just been quite the season and stuff. So I really now at this point, when I realize, like, I don't know, it's just really tough to podium in this class. So I do my best, and that's all I can do. But so pretty much I've just been going to enjoy the tracks, trying my absolute hardest. Racing's racing. And yeah, and getting more track time improves you too. Like, this is the driest race I've ever been in. I mean, random example, it's the driest race I've ever been in. So maybe I know a little bit more now how to approach a dry race. I think the 65 kid's behind me again, so I'm gonna ride it out for a little while, and then I think I let him by, because again, I'm not trying to slow down his race, but I can't slow down my pace all the way either. So I'm hoping he can zip around me really quickly, and they normally do. Them 85 kids is fast. But yeah, so haven't been in it for the points as much this year. We'll see. But I really am thankful to have came out to this track. This track was really cool, man. I liked the tech and stuff like that. I can't wait for the photos of us coming down that too. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I seen the photographer down there maybe at the beginning of the next lap, and I just know they must be cool pictures. And look at that. Okay, that's what happened. I slipped up right there, the same place I did the first lap, and the kid got by me right there. So I'm just glad he didn't get stopped on that hill, and honestly, I guess I'm glad I didn't get stopped either. I just got slipped up. Tight trees right there. And so yeah, I don't know. I do have some good motivation to come back again next year and come run these races again, because some more strength training, some more endurance training, more, I guess I could say more seat time. I don't know how much more seat time I could get. I think yeah, I don't know, more seat time, I guess. I'm gonna try my best, and pretty good motivation to come back next year though, and hopefully I'm allowed to try C class again, because I still don't feel like I'm ready for C sport. Like, I feel like there should be a season where I should be able to like podium a few times in the year and actually end up being one of the fastest guys in the class eventually, because other folks are gonna move up. Like, they've progressed really hard all year long. So hopefully next year I can try the C class again, get the membership, and battle it out 1, 2, 3, 4, be somewhere up here in the top ranks again, and maybe be able to score some points all year long. I don't know, I might even do the Saturday formats next year instead, and just race the GPs and skip Sunday, because maybe it's only me, but it's so hard to skip church on Sunday. Like, literally, that's the number one thing that makes it hard for me. I'll be battling my thoughts out here on some days. Like, if I ain't got music on and I'm not if I'm not crazy invested my thought into the trail and what I'm doing, then it's really tough. It's really tough to like not be thinking about church. Like, why am I not at church right now? So being able to race on Saturday is just awesome for me, because like on Friday, let's say Friday I'm getting off work, whether my trailer's loaded or I'm gonna go load it right after work. Like, you have so much drive to get that done. You're so excited to get going. You're about to start the weekend, and then being able to race on Saturday is just awesome, because like all that anticipation you're able to just like release real quickly on Saturday. Just have a blast, and then Saturday night you get home real quick, you fire up the Supercross race, streaming on Peacock or whatever other streaming platform you can get it on. You're psyched, you had a great day, and then you go home, have a great race. Maybe there's time in between, you get to go outside and do a little bit of work outside, play with the kids and whatever. And then Saturday night, right on, after the race, maybe your favorite pick had won, or maybe not, but you still had a good, you had a good time watching it. have a good dinner, recovery, a little bit of rest, and then check this out. The next day, Sunday morning is the day of rest. Like that's what the Lord says. It's supposed to be your day of rest, like with no work, that kind of thing. Day of Sabbath and stuff. So it's like, well, what's the number one thing I need after a race, after a hard day? I need rest. And what else do I need? Like I need my soul to feel like refreshed and alive for the work week. Because I don't know what you do as a job, but for me, I do communications as work, like project management, things of that nature. I got moved to the office, so like, man, we deal with some foul people. Like there's some people that just are not very nice, and people that we not in-house, not our own people. All of our staff is nice and good to work with, but some of the other people we work with in other states and just all over the place with construction work, some of them are real rough around the edges. They ain't having a very good day. They're stressed out, and some of them are really hard to talk to. So it's nice to have a quick refresher and just get the Word of God just in your mind daily, and specifically on Sunday, fellowship with the church, things of that nature. You really leave feeling refreshed. Getting your kids in there is major for me anyway. It feels like it should be, each to their own, but you should look into it if you haven't yet. And I don't know, I get a whole lot out of my Sundays if I race Saturday only, and that's pretty much just that. It's about as far as I guess I'll go with it. But if only we could race on Saturdays, and we can race on Saturdays, so I might switch to that, maybe go in the GP point standings next year, because like I do really enjoy racing, and I'd like the kids to have the opportunity to try it as well. One is about the size of a TTR 50, and one is ripping on a Stasic 12-inch and everything, so they're learning twist throttles. Daughter's got the brakes and throttle and bike handling. I mean, she's got it unlocked. She's really fast. We've just been practicing getting seed time in here at the house and on some trails and stuff to boost confidence, because she needs to know what she's doing on many different terrains before going to the race, in my own opinion. Just that way she can handle anything when she gets there and not be overwhelmed by a bunch of people, by the track itself. If you have some confidence going into the stuff that you can accomplish it, I just feel like that's better, since we have the opportunity to practice. If you don't have the opportunity to practice, go out there and do your best and just see what happens. But we do some good practicing and stuff, and it's also like a love-hate thing too, because I love to see them. Well, I would love to see them race, but at the same time, I'd hate to see them get hurt too. And this sport doesn't normally go. This sport normally leaves you getting hurt somewhere. I mean, the best racers out here have all wrecked. I'd assume anyway. I mean, I have never interviewed every one of them, but surely, most of y'all have wrecked out here, off-roading, fall over, tip over, wrap yourself around a tree, get knocked out, get bucked over the handlebars, I don't know, fall over and hurt your hip on a rock or something. I don't know what it is. Bike lands on your ankle again. Who knows what the situation is? It's so random. Off-roading is just plumb crazy. Anything can happen. Very unpredictable. But I just don't want to see him get hurt. That's my thing. I don't want to see him get hurt. So it's like, how deep do I get him into the racing thing? Because if you're into it, like, you'll be into it. Like, I don't know. Once you start, it's a very addicting, like, nature. And, well, here I go again. I can't quit talking about it. But, like, the devil's number one, like, thing to, I don't know. You could be a man of God, but the devil tries to distract you and, distract you by worldly things. And I can't help but think, skipping church on Sunday to go race, it's so hard to, like, know that the devil tries to distract you. And then here I am not going to church to come race instead. Like, I know the Lord's with me, and I'm literally, like, singing praise out here the whole time. Most of the time anyway, if my playlist is hitting good. I mean, I'm singing praise out here the whole time, thanking the Lord every time I almost fall over, thanking the Lord when I don't fall over. And so I'm not going out here as a distraction. Like, trust me, I'll be thinking about it. I'll be thinking about it hard. But I don't know. It's just one of them things. But yeah, so Saturday might be the way to go. That way I can get my racing action entertainment in there and let the whole family get in here too, and then go to church on Sunday. Nice little hotline right there. I haven't really been narrating what happened in the track. I just kind of just been talking my mind today, letting the footage play. And it's really because this track was just plumb crazy. Like, you can just see it for yourself. It doesn't even need explanation. It's so freaking cool. But here's that part I was talking about that's similar to my own house. You know, it was starting, there was a couple spots that was a little bit slippery right here, actually. Dropping off that little ledge rock was so cool. Again, the track builders did plumb crazy good. Or, like, whoever laid it out. Like, I don't know if this was race dedicated only, or maybe if these folks actually ride this themselves. I don't know. But what a good trail. Like, I could not design a better trail. I could not. I could try my best, and I could probably get close, but I don't think I could design a better trail. It was nice. I mean, I guess if I wanted to try to say something, just because, it would have been cool if there was a field to get, you know, maybe another mile of grass track out of it. And I don't know, that might be cool, because my thoughts is like, there's so much technical, and you're kind of just like, you know, you're bebopping through here, you're doing your best to not kill your bike while you're squeezing through trees. Man, you're hoping you don't kill the bike because you're going over a little rock, whatever it is that's off camber, could be. So you're like trying to accelerate as fast as you can, but don't want to slip out. Maybe a field section would be cool, just because then you would literally get everything. You didn't get a creek section or something, but there's enough rocks to compensate that. Enough elevation gains, up and downs, that, like, who cares? I mean, maybe a field section, though. Just that way you could just light that bike up and just open it up good. Some fast-paced action, too, because I love technical riding. I think I probably prefer technical riding over fast-paced cross-country stuff, and like that's why I got a shout out to the Hillbilly people here for always throwing an amazing race. You know, I don't know much about racing in other series as yet, but I've always heard you guys throw the most, you know, techie, wild, just hardcore hillbilly tracks out here, and that's how I was built, was on some hillbilly hard stuff. So I like it. I like it a lot. But I don't know, maybe a little bit more grass track, because I'll tell you one thing, it is really fun just going as fast as you can out there, just hearing that 2-stroke scream or that 4-stroke light up the valley. That stuff is fun. But no, I can't complain a lick out of this place. It was amazing, and I really enjoyed it. So I just thank you guys again for letting us come out and ride this and setting it up and making it as techy as you did. Like, don't take my advice. You guys did amazing. Okay, we got a dude down. Ooh, it's that loose, kind of rough corner. Awesome. We were able to get up it. Oh crap, I hear dude behind me. That was me looking back because I knew he was behind me. I don't know, I think I let him by up here. I think I might slip up and let him by. Let's see here. Or maybe I don't. Maybe he passes me, rightfully so, because I fall off the trail or slip out or something. I don't know. I did slip out a bunch. I only fell once, so I slipped out a whole bunch of times. But yeah, he's behind me though. But again, you know, we're racing. So my mentality at the same time is like, dude, I can't just let you by. You know, we're 40 something minutes into this race on lap 2. Like, I mean, I can't just let you by right now. There's a whole race ahead of us. Let's keep racing and see what happens. It's kind of what I was thinking. I don't want to slow him down if he really is naturally faster, but knowing my competition going into this race, I knew podium was going to be really, really difficult. So my goal at the beginning of the day was position 5 or better. That was my goal, you know. if I can finish top 5 in the C class, I've came a long way from where I started, and it would show my, I think that would be considered showing my progression. So that was kind of my goal. The real number one reason I came out today, well, sorry, yesterday, I'm recording a day late. The number one reason I had came out was because I'm trying to support Bentley's, like, his race career right now. So he signed up for points at the beginning of the season also. We had the same goal and intention. We love riding. We wanted to come test ourselves out. And so he's in it for points in the trail rider class this year. He's currently in the second place standings. And he wants, he wants to get number one. He wants to podium finish at the end of the year race series points. It's his first year racing. And so, he and I shared very similar thoughts going into this, that we wanted to see what we could do and just have a successful year overall and stuff. And so I couldn't let homie miss the race. I literally, it felt like a dad duty that I needed to freaking bring him out to the race so he could give it his best shot. Right there, that was freaking sweet. There was like this little bump in the trail, and then the log was probably 8 foot away at least, maybe 6, 8, maybe even 10 foot. 6, 7 foot away, and I literally popped that clutch, dude, and I don't know, what I'm trying to say is I used the little bump on the trail to literally launch my front end over that log, and it actually worked, but I was kind of sketched to try it. I had seen it in the practice lap, I seen it in lap 1, I thought about it, but I felt like I could actually hit it that time, so I tried, I did it, thank you Lord. But yeah, anyway, I just felt like it was my duty to try to, get Bentley out here so we could test his luck, get some points on the board. We go have a good weekend together and stuff. This hill right here, I wiped my camera just because I wanted to make sure, but that hill was gnarly, dude. Homie in front of me was kicking rocks up like crazy, and I'm probably kicking rocks like crazy too, but dude in front of me was just letting it eat. It didn't really hurt too bad. I wear a chest protector, I've got gloves, goggles, a helmet. I've got pretty good safety gear for the most part. And so none of the rocks hit me hard, only my gear. So that was good. But he's flying down the hill right here, and it kind of like fishtails and whee! And he did it though. He got over. I don't know if he got over on accident or if it was on purpose. Kind of looked like it was on purpose. So I had zoomed on by real fast. I wasn't on his tail like crazy because he went down that hill wildly fast, and I was trying to be a little safer on the safe side. And also, going down that hill, if he washed out and I was right on his tail, I could get knocked down too. So sometimes it's, this is my preservative thinking. If I stay just a little bit back, it gives me a little more reaction time, but that may not be the right racer mentality to have. But that's what I did. It worked out this time. Awesome. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Okay, now I'm pretty sure the one dude is still behind me. I don't think I let anyone by yet, and I don't think he passed me yet. So we're just gonna try and hold some ground here. We're getting into these really fun little dips and stuff coming up. Those G outs were crazy though. I haven't got the suspension done on this bike yet. So it's still set to stock, and may I remind you, the stock suspension is set for, I don't know what you think, 150 to 175 pound rider, somewhere generally in there. And dude, I'm probably 215 pounds in gear. So, I'm a lot heavier than the bike recommends, which shouldn't matter that much, but it does. It does, because your weight fully compresses that suspension at the bottom of the hill, and when it rebounds, it literally I guess I could slow my rebound down maybe to compensate, but it really just needs resprung revalved, since we're going to do it, but really just needs resprung. They were letting me by, and I kind of found my own way, but if we could respring it, then I don't know, it felt like it compressed so hard that whenever it rebounded, it would almost lift my tires off the ground. It didn't actually lift them off the ground, but just enough that it would lose traction of a sense. and then my back tire would gain traction, and I'd be on the gas, and then my front tire would be lifting up, and it would really just sound like a skill issue, of course, but get your suspension right and watch how much it helps you in general as a rider. So if I actually going to ride this bike much more and race it, actually that's the key right there. If you're actually going to race it, you should probably get your work done and get your suspension to match your riding style, to get it to match your weight, to get it to match your discipline. You know, if you're riding supermoto, it might be stiff. If you're riding hard enduro, it'll be soft. And hair scramble, I don't know, I'm gonna guess it's just in the middle, because you want it to be stiff enough you can go fast and aggressive, but soft enough you don't feel every bump and chatter in the trail. And that's my thoughts. You know, if you're not racing and you're just riding for leisure and enjoyment and just fun, I mean, stock suspension is great, but you can't really push it crazy hard and expect it to perform perfectly. But it was really good stuff, though. I started getting into my groove a little bit. I was pushing really hard at the beginning because I was so, I was right there in the mash. We had to get to our positions to where we could kind of flow on our own. At least me, anyway. That's what ends up happening to me. I end up getting in a position where I flow on my own, and I think my bike died right there. But I don't know. I end up in these positions where, like, I'm literally just not even racing against anyone. I'm just racing against myself and stuff. Like, the leaders of the C class are gone, straight gone, and then it's rare to find people behind me. Like, if I get out going and I get going and don't mess up. There wasn't a lot of times where my same class was behind me. It didn't seem like. So the class just really separates out a ton. I don't know. Our class right now has a wide variety of riders and skill levels, I think, because, I mean, sometimes you just never see one again, and, well, and then sometimes you battle it out, but you always battle it out early in the race, it seems like, and then you kind of settle into your position, and then, I don't know, it seems like the only time you get caught up again, vice versa, is if you make a mistake or something, and then they start finding you again. But yeah, I don't know, and I don't mind racing by myself. Kind of referring back to the 100-miler race back there, I did not like having everyone behind me and like everything, because I was waiting on someone else. Here's the cool rocks, dude. Literally, what a cool spot. But I don't know, I hate feeling the stress of people literally right behind me. That's annoying, because then it feels like they are faster too, And if you got a train behind you, like, you're probably the problem. So at that point in time, I was ready to be on my own, but, like, the C class was huge. I mean, the 100-miler is a huge event. Tons of people come from all over the place. We had Tobin Miller out there from, well, I don't know, maybe from Wisconsin, Minnesota, I don't know, somewhere up there. And then we had the Hawaiian dudes. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Huddy. Yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce your names, but respect to you guys. You're so freaking good. But literally, they was even out at the race. Like, I was in a race with some of the top pros, in the United States. Crazy cool is what it was. And now they clearly weren't in my class, and that's clearly not the point of the story. But the part about it was like, people were coming from all over. C-class riders from all over the states was in my class, and they're probably good C-class riders because they didn't travel all that way to lose. So, they're good. And so, but I think I ended up finishing P5 on that race, which was awesome. Out of however many people was in the class, hey, we're pleased with it. It wasn't, didn't get no trophy, didn't get no podium finish, but we got experience. And P5 out of such a big class was really nice. It was really nice for sure. But yeah, this part of the trail, let's see. I was trying to find a different line, and I got offline a little bit right there. It worked out okay, though. It worked out. Nice little loose climb right here. A whole bunch of that. Whole bunch of that out here. And I'm not even joking. I really liked all the log crossings that you guys incorporated into this trail. How cool. roots, rocks. I bet we jumped more logs at this place alone than we did all the other venues all season long. Maybe not really, but it sure did feel like it. I mean, it was really good. I like the challenge. Whenever I first started riding, I'd ride with folks that were jumping logs and just going so fast, doing these crazy hill climbs I'd never imagined I'd be able to do. And right there, I was like looking back to see if I seen my opponent. Here's the crazy steep hill. Me and Levi got stuck on this hill a little bit on the practice lap. Yeah, thankfully I was able to hold my lines during the race and get up it, but it didn't go without damage. I'm definitely gonna have to change my rear tire. Definitely gonna have to change it. I guess this is when I have to break down, spend that money for the bibs too, probably, because it was good. It's a good bike. I don't know. I've really been wanting to try a 250. What's that called? 250 XCF. But and I don't know why. Like, I've always been a two-stroke guy. Two-stroke's always just been so smooth, and like I learned riding a two-stroke at this point. So like the power delivery and the way you have to ride it feels so natural to me. But I really want to try a dang four-stroke, but not a 350. Please help me. I don't want a 450. But a 250. Like, I just want enough power. I don't want too much power, just enough power. Like, I want to be able to use at least 80% of the power the bike has. That way I feel like I'm, riding it really good. Like, I don't want to have more bike than I can handle. That's not really cool. This 300, let me think about this. This 300 has crazy power. But it's like such usable power for me, because this is the type of stuff I ride. Like it's got the lug and the low end pull, and that's what I need. So like, it doesn't feel like too much power. Like the small bore 2-stroke, the 250 2-stroke, the Stark Varg, like those bikes pull hard. It feels like at the top end. This 300 doesn't pull at the top end very hard. Like, it pulls up to the top end hard, and then kind of falls off a little bit. So, I don't know. I think I managed the 300 pretty well. The 300 felt like a graduation present. Like, I've been riding 250s and then got a small bore 2-stroke. And that's been like my career. I've been learning on that. And so finally getting a 300 felt like a graduation present. Like, I've got the king of 2-strokes right here for this application anyway. And like, can I tame the beast? Like, this is like my test. This is the challenge. Can I tame the 300? Can I ride the 300? This is a 300 for me. And at the beginning, it was a little bit too much bike for me. And I mean, I still don't ride it to its full potential. Don't get me wrong. But the bike's got everything I need. Like, it's got everything I need. Like, it can pick up my slack if I mess up a little tiny bit. Get slipped up on a hill. Like, it's just got that low end lug to pick me back up and keep going. And then the fast acceleration, it's got that too. So, oh crap, I was going so fast. Now that tape was already down, so I'd like to make that known. And yeah, I did not make that corner. I think I make the corner on the next one and like kind of whip around on the third lap and get through there a little bit more. And then, I don't know, I thought this might be a different line, and it was really just loose junk over there. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend going out of the trail. Definitely stay on the trail here if you're able to. But other people get out of the trail and do just fine. So that's my comment to myself. Stay on the trail, boy. See, nice pull right there. I don't even shift out of gear because I know I have to turn pretty quickly. And then like that weird bumpy, like I couldn't even find a rut to get into. So maybe I just wasn't on my full A game today. Better luck next time. We're going to see how we're doing. I'm not sure if you can see the screen. Normally can't up above the tent right there. Nah, too dark. It didn't transition fast enough for my eyes anyway. But I know I was in 4th. And I knew there was a bike behind me too. Whenever I came up into the field section a couple 30 seconds ago maybe, I looked behind me because I heard something. They were still coming to the woods, not up in the field yet. Whipped around really nicely right there. I stayed standing up. It felt really controlled. And then, yeah, this, instead of jumping that, my idea was to, like, kind of like, what's that called, like a pump track on the BMX bikes. My idea was to kind of pump over it and then accelerate hard at the bottoms, keeping traction instead, because, man, like I was talking, the suspension is so soft. If I would have jumped it, I would have fully compressed on the face of the next hill, and it would have just straight tossed me, and I would not have. There's no way I would have been faster doing so. So the way it felt, I felt like I should just try and keep the bike on the ground. More I can keep the bike on the ground and tires to the ground, the more traction and speed I should surely be able to get. But see, just nice downhill, nice uphill. As soon as you get on that hill, dude, just ringing it. You can't tell. Sorry, yawning. Right there in my headphones. Here's the rock section. There's gonna be the photographer. This is so cool. Oh yeah, in the video I'm like, let's go KK. I can't wait to see that photo. I was absolutely exhilarated when I seen you standing there with that camera. I was hyped up. I was like, yes, heck yeah. And then that was the cleanest time I had went up that hill for sure. I held traction. I gained speed. I don't know if it was line choice. I don't know if it's the fact that, freaking 300 bikes have went up the hill already, so the loose stuff's kind of got knocked out of the way. I'm sure it was all of it. It's actually probably a nice collaboration of everything. It's me tuning into the terrain, me tuning into the bike, me loosening them up, everyone riding the trail over and over. So now it's like kind of filling in the way it should. Unlike supercross tracks, they get, I don't know nothing about supercross, but what I've watched, as the laps go on, it gets rougher. And hair scrambles, when conditions, yeah, and I guess just in general, it feels like the more everyone rides it, the better it gets. Just my opinion. So, like, it was really good then. And that third time, I just brought it on up. But yeah, back to that picture though, I was super psyched, like super excited to see that photo. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited to see it, and gotta post it to my page too. It's freaking awesome. And that'll be my nice memory of this location too. So, at this point in time in the race, like in real time, me on the bike, me singing my praise worship right now, I don't actually know that it's my last lap, but I know it's the third lap. And just the way this track was, I had a feeling this was probably gonna be my last lap, but I didn't want it to be. I loved this track, and whenever I went through the gate and seen I was in P4, like, hallelujah. My goal has been achieved so far. Can I hold this position? At the same time, this track wasn't necessarily easy. There were many challenges, between the trees being tight and just the looseness, everything we've talked about on this video, everything you've seen from the past 2 laps. There's a lot going through my mind right now. In my mind, I'm thinking, I need to push harder. Because what if P5 is right behind me? What if P5 comes and takes it from me right at the end? What a shame that I wasn't pushing hard enough and he took my position. That wouldn't be cool. So I'm like, I gotta push a little bit harder. And the other thought that I have about that is, of course, man, what if I push too hard and I make a mistake? And then I literally get my position took from me for my own personal mistake. So, a few things going through my head. Not quite sure. I don't know. Like my old man wiseness here says that I should just stay steady and it be as smooth as possible. I think smooth as possible is really what's really gonna do me all right. And that's what I try to do. I do try to stay smooth, but let me tell you what really happens. What really happens is I do push myself in a few sections, and I guess maybe it's good. I push myself in a few sections try to get in the groove, kind of hit the ruts as hard as I can. Like, as soon as I'm out of the rut or past the middle point, I'm trying to accelerate really hard out of them. And, freaking just locking up that back tire to get around tight stuff, because there was plenty of it. Locking up that tire, accelerating hard out of corners. So these are some of the things that I've done. Charging pretty hard through the straightest sections I could find. I think I'm going to consider this a pretty straight section. I'm trying to go pretty quick. Maybe not as quick as other kids go, but I'm going pretty quick for what I feel comfortable doing. But at the same time, I do try to be steady. I try to not go faster than I know I'm able to, because steady pace, might win the race. So steady pace will at least win and keep my position here. Hey, I'm just saying, if I don't fall over, if I ain't wrecking, if I ain't breaking stuff, then that's cool. Like, that's a win. That's a win for me. Better. Look, next time you got some seat time in, you got to tune in and calibrate to your bike. You have the experience, a little more experience under your belt of what it's like to be under race pressure. Just like race mentality, a little bit better at getting that. He's cheering me on a little bit right there. That was really cool. Thank you, Lord, for, getting us through the race so far. This has been good so far. We've kept the bike up, rubber side down. And so we've been doing good, and we're hanging in there. Now, don't get me wrong. What else is going through my head is I'm thinking, dude, what if I actually pulled up? This is what kind of keeps you going, too. Like, when you're thinking about it hard and about trying to podium. Like, what else keeps me going is thinking, all it takes is one slip up, and I might be able to catch up with the folks in front. And maybe get up there to that podium position. So never count yourself out. That's like my motivational speech right here. Never count yourself out. Like, when you persevere and you keep trying without giving up, like, good things come to you. And putting that hard work in. Hard work is such a big deal. And, maybe a lot of kids don't know that these days. Maybe a lot of old men don't know this these days. But hard work is such a good thing. Like, you put your mind to it and you dedicate yourself to it, and good things will happen. Maybe not today. Maybe they haven't happened yet. But, eventually that hard work will pay off. And it may pay off before your eyes. You may not even really know how good you got it. And then you're going to be like, wow, well, I've improved a whole lot. And you didn't improve from quitting. You improved from because you kept trying, you kept pushing, you kept being there, you kept showing up. So that's my motivational speech for you, man. Just keep showing up, keep doing your best, and you'd be surprised where you'll end up. That's what all the pros had to do. They had to keep showing up. They had to grind when they didn't want to. They had to wake up early when they didn't want to. They had to show up even when they weren't winning, because they're getting that practice in and they're tuning in. But for real, y'all gotta let me know in the comments, like, was that way to the left? Is that actually like a hotline? What is that to the left? Is it maybe the pro course? You gotta let me know. I'm really eager to know, because I'm telling you what, if I could have used that line to gain some seconds, if it was harder and it was faster though, if you successfully went through the hard stuff to make your lap faster, please let me know. Because if I had done it every single time, that could have been the minutes worth of correction that I needed for third place. Here we go. There's the line I wanted. Just freaking leap up that rock, carry my momentum nicely. I kind of splattered that rear tire on the rock pretty hard though. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm running tubes still. So I was a little sketched that I was gonna mess something up. I don't know. All my bikes got bibs, so I normally get rid of the tubes pretty quickly, just because my family's always, said how good the bibs were. I kind of just follow in that footstep. They're good. They've been great. Not having to worry about a flat tire in the middle of the woods. Who doesn't want that, right? That's like the best thing ever. I don't want no flat out there. Dude, I can barely change a tire with the tools for it, let alone some sticks and... Yeah, dude, I would just walk home. I would literally take off my boots and walk home. No, actually, that might suck. I guess I'm walking home with the boots on. And as bad as it is, I've always thought, like, dude, what if I had a backpack and literally just carried shoes around with me just in case my bike broke down? Because, like, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to fix it out there. But I've been trying to work on my own bikes a little bit more and stuff. I just don't like messing things up. and stuff been making it more expensive. So I don't know. Yeah, but I've been trying to work on my bikes a little bit more and get more familiar with them. That way, if I do ever wreck on the trail, or well, I guess not wreck, but if I ever do break something on the trail, having the confidence to know you can fix it is a pretty big deal. Like my old mentality was, I'm just gonna bring shoes with me, dude, because if my bike breaks down, I'm walking home. But my mentality should probably be, if my bike breaks down, I'd better bring tools so I can ride my bike home. But that's just a part of the growth and learning how to do it myself type mentality. So, and it feels good to work on your own bike too. It really does. Like when you get all your whatever you're doing, if you get done and it's successful, that's a boost too. Really nice big confidence boost. But video's about done here. I'm probably gonna go ahead and just let the footage play. It doesn't even finish the loop, but spoiler alert, I do finish in fourth. I do fall up here, so check out my little spill. It was at a terrible place. I was trying to gain speed because I heard a 4-stroke behind me, and it was in my head I was thinking it was probably that P5 behind me in my own class trying to get by. Thankfully it wasn't. I think it was one of the C juniors. I apologize for holding you up, but again, now you can hear my side of the story. I really wanted to get P4 at least in this race, and so I was really afraid it was you trying to take my position from me, dude. You were a ripper. You did great, man, and I hope you, dude, check this out. I hope you like and subscribe to watch for more, man. And yeah, I don't know, man, just good riding and good racing. You were killing it out there. All right, Moto Slug out, guys. Hope to tune in and see you on the next one. I love making this stuff for you. I love participating and coming to do my best and just share my side of the story. If there's anything I can do to make these videos better, let me know. I actually pretty much just yapped through this entire thing. So like if you want to hear more 2-stroke revving out, let me know. I'll talk a little less, but there's something going on with look at that line, dude. That line was it. There's something wrong with my GoPro though, and my microphone sucks. After the 100-miler in the mud, my GoPro sucks. So like the audio I capture in real time sucks. So I'm having to do these audio overlays, and I like commentating. It's cool. But yeah, like even anything I say in the video is pretty much trash because the audio quality is so bad. So if you got any cleaning tips, let me know. Other than that, I might try a different camera, maybe an Insta360, and get some like footage of me out in front, like looking back at me riding. I think that'd be really cool. I've also thought about putting a camera on the back to see like the passing and stuff like that. See the people trailing behind me. That'd be cool at the beginning, I think. Maybe capture some wrecks. Freaking be able to see how many people I slow down. LOL. But alright, Moto Slug out. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.
Dude, what's up with that? bump of the lever. I don't actually know how to sing this song, but I know when cowboys pray, it moves mountains. When a cowboy prays. to. No! Woo! He says go like I didn't just fall over. Holy, holy, holy. Dang. That's just the kind of God you are.